Welcome back to another episode of Generate Gaming. I'm your host, Jaws Legacy.
And I'm Romatherapy.
Let's generate.
Boom, boom.
All right, Roma. So, what have you been playing this week?
Yo, so Hitman 3 just dropped on Wednesday. That was exciting and frustrating as hell.
Why was it
But
frustrating?
well, because their tool to transfer your saves and or not your saves, but your progress and your achievements and unlocks and stuff over to 3 wasn't working on the first day. And I couldn't even transfer my progress over. It turned out it was only 12 and a half hours of gameplay anyway in Hitman 2 that it transferred over. So it wasn't that big of a deal, but and I mean and still it still doesn't even work like it's supposed to be because like I can't play my Hitman 2 game through the Hitman 3 like you're supposed to. It's not that's still not working.
So that sucks.
Yeah. What what have you
So,
been playing?
so I've actually been playing this with my wife. It's actually a board game.
What is this?
It
Harry
is,
Potter Hogwarts Battle?
yes, so it's a battle game. It's a 2v2 Harry Potter game. So
So
the
it's
whole concept is like,
2v2?
sorry, 1v1,
Okay.
not 2v2, 1v1. Um, I find it's more intense than Uno. Um, she has kicked my butt so far. 3-1 is the score. We've been playing every day this week, and well, almost every day since we got it. We've been playing, and yeah, it's very intense. It's almost like a card building game. So you have like your starter cards that you start off with, and then you get tokens every turn, and then you're able to buy more cards to build up your deck, and then you
And
can
then you just
send.
start off with random cards, or is it kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh, where
No,
you
so you start off with a wand, a cauldron, and then 7 spell cards. And then from that, you're able to buy more coin or get more coins depending on your cards, which lets you buy other cards. And
mm,
so you choose what house you want to be in, and then from there, you can also buy people to help you that also go into your deck. So it's
mm,
very intense. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, there's been a lot of arguments too between us.
nice.
So
I'm
we
very
so
bright.
I think what we're thinking is this is going to be our new way of settling arguments.
Yeah, whoever wins the game wins the argument.
Yeah. So then the whole purpose is you have to stun your person, like the other person. So you have to
Okay.
get them to move back into the stun spot, and once you do it 3 times, you win.
Okay. So it's Harry Potter meets Mario.
Yes. And
You gotta jump on her head 3 times to kill her.
so what's your other game you've been playing?
Um, I mean, other than my usual Rocket League and Shop Titans, started playing the Desperados 3 today on the Xbox Game Pass for PC because it's free now. So I started that. I played maybe 2 hours of that. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
it's kind of like a it's kind of like a it's kind of like a Wasteland 3. It's a real-time
Western.
strategy, but it feels like one of those fucking I don't what is it called? XCOM. It's like an
Okay.
XCOM, but it's real-time fighting and
So,
not turn-based.
word.
And
You
it's
know what?
all stealth. You want to be as stealthy as possible, otherwise you get fucked.
Cool.
And it's gorgeous.
Isn't?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And that's on the Xbox Game Pass. You got that right.
Yeah, because it's one of the many, many free games on that service.
Awesome. So for Hitman 3, I had a couple questions for you since you've been playing it.
Oh, all right.
Um,
I've only
So
played the first level like three or four. Like I've beaten it 3 or 4 times, but only the first level so far. Just to let's put that on the table.
that's no problem. So what do you do in Hitman 3?
So the whole purpose of the game is to take out your target or targets. Like first level specifically is there's two targets you got to take out, and there's the open-ended mission is just to take out the targets in any way possible, wearing any suit or any outfit. And I say that because you can, just like every other Hitman game, you can uh, find different outfits to wear by either knocking people out or you'll just find them laying around in certain areas where you can dress up like a security guard or the wait staff or the chef. And there is so yeah, but you're basically just trying to kill the targets in any way possible.
Okay. So in all the Hitmans that you have played so far,
Mhm.
what has been your favorite mission? Because this was going to be a solely, Hitman 3, but you only played the first mission, so we'll expand it to all the Hitman games that you've played.
Well, okay. Damn. Hitman. So the reboot of Hitman. When did it come out? 2015, I think, was the first season. It was published by WB, and it was released episodically. Every few months, we got a new area. Is
Yep.
how they were releasing it. So the first level in that one, I think it's Sapienza, is what it's called. Because it was so striking and so like out of the blue, and like I wasn't entirely expecting that. That's probably my favorite. It's like it's like any TV show. Typically, the first season's my favorite season because I know what to expect the rest of the series. So just it's so beautiful. It's huge. There's so many people, and there's lots to do. Lots of different and yeah, because it was released episodically, I played the fucking shit out of that one level. I'm pretty sure that's Sapienza, but I might be mistaken there. But the one episode that I've played so far, chapter, whatever you want to call it, in three, is the first time I've ever done a suit only finish where I didn't change into anything and I just stayed in my suit, my beautiful, sexy, all red suit with a red silenced pistol,
Nice.
and took out the targets that way. And it was that was very satisfying trying to figure out how to get around not being caught and climbing around and doing shit like that. But there's still so many things, ways to kill your targets in
Mm-hmm.
even just the first mission, the first episode.
So, if you had to give Hitman 3 a tagline, what would it be?
If I had to give Hitman 3 a tagline,
Yeah, like under the title of Hitman 3, blah blah blah.
uh, um, Hitman 3, the legend continues.
Okay. Okay, so now that Hitman is also on the Switch,
Oh yeah, right, sure.
they can now bring Agent 47 to Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, okay.
But
Uh-huh.
it is also a WB game, correct?
No, it's no. No.
No, sorry, not a WB game, but they are they would also be able to bring Agent 47 to Mortal Kombat. So which plays do you think Agent 47 would better be spotted in Smash Bros or Mortal Kombat?
Are those my only two options?
Those are your only two options.
So neither is an option. Neither is not an option. Sorry,
Neither
is
is
what I
not
meant.
an option. No, you have to pick one place to put him. Where do you think he would
Uh,
have a better fit? Mind you, that Snake was also in Smash Bros.
yeah, but
Solid Snake.
Snake is a fighter, whereas Hitman. It's not necessarily a fighter. And yes, there are some characters with ranged attacks with guns and shit in both of those games. Uh, he's so slow and methodical. Like he doesn't belong in a fighting game.
But if he would have to go into one, which one do you think he'd be better suited to be in?
Well, since Mortal Kombat's an actual fighter game and uh, Smash Bros is a party game with fighting, probably Smash Bros.
All right, all right. And my
Throwing
last
shade.
question, my last question for you for Hitman is
Uh-huh.
what approach do you take in missions? Do you like to be more aggressive? Do you like to be the silent assassin, or do you have other ways of playing the game?
No, it's silent all the way. If I get caught, I reload a save. I save scum like a motherfucker, and that's the way to. That's what these games. That's how this game is made to play. Is be as silent and stealthy as possible, because
Now,
shit goes down fast if you get caught.
now
And
is
I also
that
try not to kill anybody but the targets. Like you
okay?
can knock people out unconscious and then hide their bodies like in lockers and laundry bins and shit like that. But they're not dead; they're just knocked out. That's the way I like to play it.
Now, do you like Desperados 3 because it's a similar feel with the stealth?
Mm-hmm. It's a stealthy, tactical. It's less puzzly because it's pretty straightforward of what you have to do and who you have to kill and where they are because they're right there. But the stealthiness of it and the moving around, and you have a group. Like, I just met my second character shortly before I stopped playing today. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have a lot of different characters with a lot of different abilities, which is exciting. And yeah,
So,
it's based solely around stealth.
so what would you say the pros and cons are of Desperados 3?
If you're a turn-based tactical player, you probably won't like this because it's real time. And I really don't know. I haven't spent enough time with it to really know what I don't like about it yet. I know what I do like about it, but I don't really know what I don't like about it.
So what
And it tells you all the time to constantly quick save, and then so it's F8 to quick save. Sorry, quick F8 5 to quick save, and then F8 to quickly load that save back. And it tells you right in like the first three tutorial prompts that that is the way that the game is played. You are meant to die and figure out the strategy and how to pass it properly.
okay.
Yeah.
Those are all the questions I have for you.
Okay. What about that Harry Potter game? What do you like about it the most?
I like it's a 1v1 board game. Um so like me and Megan, we both really enjoy playing games, board games, card games, all that stuff together. But there's not a lot of good 1v1 games. I mean, like we can get Battleship, but I mean that gets boring really fast. Um,
Yeah.
and it's just different. It's like they've taken my childhood of like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and like all that, and just kind of made like a Harry Potter spin of it, and then put it into like a board game as well. And like Megan fucking loves Harry Potter, so it's something that like we are both able to get into, and it's like a very highly like strategic game. Um, because so you pick a house that you start off in,
Yeah.
so one of the four houses, but then you get to choose a creature to be your partner as well. And so there's three creatures. There's a cat, an owl, and a toad.
So it's
Each
your familiar.
you're familiar. So each of them have a different ability. So like the
Oh.
owl, you're able to save one coin once per turn. So
Hmm.
basically, after you collect all your coins and all that, whatever you don't use that turn, you discard it.
Oh.
So you
What are
can't
the
just
coins
save
used for?
to buy different cards to add to your deck, and each card has a different value from 3 to 10
Interesting. And how do you collect coins? And
from the
is it
card.
easy to collect?
You collect
Oh, by
coins
playing your
from your
cards?
card from by playing your cards. You either get health, an attack, or a coin, or like up to
Oh,
I think 3 coins is the highest you can get on a card. But then depending on
interesting.
what house you are too, there's specific cards that have like an extra ability to it. So like there's a
Hmm.
lot of strategic thinking that you have to do to play this game. So the owl, you're able to save a coin. The toad, you get 1 heart per turn, and then the cat, you get 1 attack for every for if you use 3 spells that turn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So does can is it meant to be 1v1?
Yes, it's just 1v1.
Okay. So I was gonna say, can you guys can't both pick the same familiar then?
Oh
You have
yes,
to.
we can. No, there's
Oh.
there's 2 familiars each for each one, so we can pick
Oh.
the same familiar, and we
So
can
you
even
have
pick.
like it's inevitable that you will pick the same one.
No, because
At
so
least
that's
because you
that.
said there's three of them,
Yeah, so
and if
there's
you're both
3 of
picking
them.
two,
No, so you each pick one, and then the rest of them are discarded. But then there's other supporting characters you can get that have different abilities that you can also stack on top of that starting one that you get.
okay, so you can both start off with the same starter.
We can start off with the exact same setup completely,
Oh, really? That's cool.
but then each one has a counter to everything, and it's yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of strategic thinking, and yeah,
True.
it's like chess with cards almost.
Nice. Chess with cards. It's like the Queen of Hearts Gambit, right?
Yeah.
You've never seen the Queen's Gambit, have you?
No, I have not.
Oh yeah, that's that show that I was telling you and Evan about.
Yes, it's on the list. The issue is the list is pretty long.
Well, I mean, keep watching the same movies and TV shows over and over again, and maybe you'll get to the new stuff soon.
I don't actually watch that much TV. Um, I watch mostly anime when I'm by myself, and then at nighttime I kind of just put on the same shows so that if when I fall asleep, it doesn't continue going and I lose my spot.
Oh yeah, see, so how do you what do you watch on Netflix?
We have Netflix, Crave, Amazon Prime. We also have our Bell TV or our Kojiko TV.
So what do you fall asleep to normally?
It's a mix between Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Community, and what's that one called? Modern Family.
Oh, so those are all Netflix shows? Oh no, Modern Family's on Crave, isn't it? Because it's
I'm not.
HBO.
I'm not sure. I believe it is on Netflix.
Oh, I have my Netflix to not play automatically, but that's I don't think very many people have it like that.
No, I mean after 3 episodes, then it stops. But
It asks, "Are you still there?
yeah.
Are you still alive? Hello? Knocky knocky?
Um.
Housekeeping?"
Yeah, and then my second game I've been playing lately has what has it been? On my Switch I'm still playing Pokemon because trying to catch them all. Um,
They just released new stuff recently, or no?
not like recently, like the new expansion that they did release, I already beat and all that. I'm just trying
Oh,
to. So they've added 38 legendary Pokemon into the game. So I've been on the hunt of getting all those. Um, but other than that, that's all I've really been playing this week.
but
Waiting.
you started Resident Evil 7
Yes, I started Resident
today.
Evil 7 today.
Resident
After
Evil Evil.
after realizing that it was on the Xbox Pass, Game Pass.
It
And
was
then
just added recently.
on Thursday I watched the Resident Evil showcase, and I was quite disappointed by it with the length of it.
That's what she
And
said.
yep,
Yeah, it
and
wasn't. It was, and it didn't really tell you anything.
no, like
Didn't really have any information.
I thought it'd have like they'd be talking more about it, like and all that, but it was more so like, hey, it's Resident Evil's 25th anniversary. But
Yeah.
although after seeing the gameplay of the game, I did get more excited about the game. Hence why I downloaded Resident Evil 7.
So I guess it did its job then.
It did do its job. Like I was already contemplating buying it, but now
Right. And now
I'm
you're.
not contemplating it as much. It's more so I'm going to get it.
It's
So it
just a
did
matter
do
of
its
when.
job. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There
it
you
did
go.
do its job. It's just I wanted more information.
What else do you need to know? It told you enough that you're going to play it. What else
Yeah.
do you need to know how it ends? Do you want a trailer that tells you the whole fucking plot like movies do nowadays?
No,
Come
no,
on, you know
no.
the date, you know the platform, and you know that you want to get it. So what else do you
This
need?
that is very true. But yeah, so I'm excited to play more of Resident Evil 7 because I mean I've played all of them up to that point. So that is what's
Resident
gonna
Evil
be.
7's the only one I've played.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I only played like not even half. I don't even think I got halfway.
Yeah.
I couldn't beat the first boss.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little annoyed that you have to start off on normal difficulty because I like to start games off on a higher difficulty and then kind of like move back from there.
Yeah, I mean, Capcom's whole MO is to get you to play the same game
Twice.
over and over
Yeah.
again. That's their whole with even yeah, that's how they operate their entire fucking that's their business plan.
Yeah, because there's that one game. I don't think it's by Capcom, but it's Nier.
Near Automata?
Yeah, where in order to actually beat the game, you have to play the game through 3 times before you actually get to the final boss.
Yeah, you have to get to the actual ending, the real
The real ending, yeah,
ending.
you have to play through at least 3 times.
And there's 26 different endings,
Yep.
one for each of the letter of the alphabet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Platinum Games published by Square Enix.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I wanted to get into this week is game subscriptions, and what the best service for PC is in our opinion. So I got a list of the top 5, and I don't really think there's more than 5. And then I have a
What are your
bonus one,
five?
and I also have a bonus one. So my 5 is the Xbox Game Pass,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have Humble Choice.
Uh-huh.
I also have EA Access or EA Origin or EA Play and Play Premium, whatever
Uh-huh.
you want to call it.
Well,
And
let's
then
call it what it's called so people know what we're talking about.
I also have PS Now.
PS
And
Now is not on PC though, so let's get rid of that.
it is on PC, and I will give you reasons why in a moment.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
It's on PC without needing a PS4, or you do need a PlayStation.
It is still you do need a PlayStation, but it's a streaming service that you can play on your PC. That's why I put it there.
Okay. I
Okay.
would love to know that. I don't think I knew that.
And then I also have Uplay.
What's it called?
The Uplay Plus is what it was originally called, and then they changed their name, and I always forget what their new name is.
Now it's just now it's this is the
It's just
easiest one because
the
it's just
Ubisoft Pass.
Ubisoft. Ubisoft Plus.
Okay, Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah.
And then as the bonus, I also have the Epic Store launching.
Well, I'm gonna say right off the hop that Epic Store is probably the best because it's the freest.
So we'll start there. We'll start at the bonus one. So with the
Okay.
Epic Store launcher,
Yeah.
okay, it is by far the best bang for your buck. Why? The price, it's free.
Yeah.
The reasons to
I
buy,
agree.
it's free to have. I'm going to reiterate that. You get 2 free games a month.
At least.
Plus, you get some free coupons every so often, and so you're able to buy stuff from their store as well at a discounted price.
That's how
Um,
I got Cyberpunk with that coupon.
exactly. And I also have some reasons why you shouldn't get it. One, um, they're not always the best games. Um, and that's all I have as the negative, because I mean, it's a free launcher. You get free games. You can get coupons every once in a while. So, I mean, why not just have it?
Yeah, as a
Plus,
launcher, it sucks.
plus,
It's
what
one of the
is?
worst launchers. But as a free game giveaway thingy, it's you can't beat it.
Oh, absolutely. And like, so it's also the only thing where you are actually getting something for free, because there's no paid subscription for it.
Right.
Um, the little downside is it takes up very little space on your computer. Ooh, but even if the games aren't good, you can claim the games at any, like, when you're able to claim them, and you don't have to download them. You just put them in your library, and you can download the games anytime afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty all right.
But because it's not a paid subscription, I didn't really include it in my list. I just added it as a bonus because you get free games.
Absolutely. So
Okay,
where do you want to go to next?
we're gonna start with what I think is the best one.
Wait a second. Let's go with what you think is the worst because the one that you think is the best, I have a lot of information on that we can go into after.
Okay, so the one that I think is the worst is the PS Now. Um, so you get the PS Now by subscription.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So you are able to access free monthly games with the subscription. You are not able
Okay.
to keep the games. It's just as you have the subscription, you get those titles.
Right.
Um, the price is fairly decent. I believe it is $9.99 a month American.
Right.
Um, reasons to get is it's a cross-play device slash save. You can stream from your PlayStation exclusives to your PC.
From your
Reasons
PlayStation to the
to your
PC.
PC. So you can download the PS Now on your computer, and then you're able to stream from your PlayStation to your computer.
Right.
But
So at that point,
the PlayStation has to be on at the same time as your computer. So what is the real purpose of doing this? I don't know. It makes no sense to me. That is why it's my least favorite subscription, but it is a subscription nonetheless that you are able to have on your computer. Um, the reasons I have to avoid this is
I feel like that should have been the bonus one. Bonus number 2, PlayStation Now. No,
um,
I hear. I'm just
but
busting your
so
balls.
reasons to avoid the subscription is, like almost all of the subscriptions that there are, if you get rid of the subscription based service, that also removes the games from your system. So you'd have to
Oh,
go and repurchase and actually purchase the hard copy of the game, or you can relaunch redo your subscription to it.
right, right.
The PS Now subscription service is here to make that dream. Oh, never mind. If you've ever wanted to play Sony exclusive games on your PC, PlayStation Now subscription service is here to make that dream come true. Is a quote
Word.
off their quote from the thing.
If
Um,
if okay,
I'll say it again. So, if you've ever wanted to play Sony exclusives on your PC, the PlayStation Now subscription service is here to make your dream come true, or that dream come true.
that is so ridiculous. That is
Right?
absolutely ridiculous. This is a service that I would get if I could play the games natively on my PC.
Absolutely. I
But
wouldn't even
if
be.
I have to
I would.
stream them
I would
from, I might as well just play them on my fucking PlayStation.
exactly like. I wouldn't be. I would be okay with it if it was almost like the Stadia.
Yeah.
but
or Xbox,
or Xbox. But like
XCloud.
I'm just yeah. So I'm like if it was like the Stadia where I'm able to stream the game on my computer without having the actual fucking console,
Hmm.
I'd be way more down for that.
Hang on a second. Wait a second. I'm on the site right now, and the first bullet point: no PlayStation 4, no problem. All you need is a PlayStation Network account and compatible controller to start playing.
So they've updated.
Stream the entire PS Now game collection to your Windows PC, more than 800 games on demand. But it's streaming. It is
So
like Stadia.
yeah, so you
You're
no
not there's
longer
no you
need
don't have a
the place.
local.
So yeah, so you no longer need an actual
That
system for
is
it.
actually pretty impressive,
Yeah,
depending
so
on the games that are available.
I guess this is something that we're gonna have to try and see how it goes. Because if that means I can play Miles Morales on my PC, that would be fantastic.
That would be, yeah, that is interesting. All right. So that's PS Now. We're gonna have to look. I'm gonna look more into that.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely. Because from yeah, 'cause I was pretty sure that you still needed a PlayStation
yeah, so did
in
so
order
was
to do
I.
that.
I thought you were
So
crazy even putting this in the list, but I think
because because
you accidentally stumbled across some brilliance.
because I knew that they were going to be making it so it's just a pure streaming site, but I was not sure. I was pretty sure that that wasn't going to happen until 2022.
True. Right.
Because
2022.
I know that there was talk of them doing that, but I did not think it would happen that fast.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff, actually. I'm legitimately excited about that,
Yeah,
as
me
you can
too.
tell by my face and my voice right now.
Um, and then so the next one I have that was underneath that
Hmm.
was EA Origin. Um, EA Origin is
EA. Wait a
sorry,
second.
sorry, sorry. EA Play and EA Play Premium.
Okay.
Okay, so I have this as the um, fourth place. It is a good place for Star Wars fans. Uh,
Hmm.
the prices for EA Play and Play Premium are pretty reasonable, with it being $4.99 a month for the basic American and $14.99 a month for the premium.
And you also get a significant discount if you buy as in a year package.
Yes. You also get discounts on Origin purchases, and you get early access to games.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
so reasons to buy or to get EA Play and Play Premium is it's affordable basic plan. It has a very, very large vault. It has every game pretty much that EA has made.
Hmm. I'm
Uh,
interested in how you're going to explain the other Volt.
which
If
vault?
if EA's is very very large, and when we get to the topper ones, how are we going to go very 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 large?
Sorry, it's very large. It has every game that EA has basically made, and
Uh-huh.
EA has made a lot of fucking games.
Yeah, they've made a lot of games, yeah. There's also a lot of games that they haven't made on there too, which is
This is
pretty
very
cool.
true.
I
Um,
think I think there's a lot of Ubisoft games on their launcher too, unless it's just available to purchase on their store. I might be mistaken about
I
that.
believe
I
it's I
apologize.
believe it's just to purchase from their store.
Okay, okay.
So reasons to buy large vault, affordable basic plan. Reasons to avoid. The basic plan only gives 10-hour trial for early access games. So I mean, it's not a huge reason to avoid it because you still get 10 hours to try a game out to see if you like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. And I that's the way I played Star Wars. I think we both played this Star Wars Squadrons using that trial.
Yes, we did. Um, if you are a diehard Star Wars fan, EA Origin acts EA Play subscription is basically tailor made for you. You have every Star Wars game EA has made on there, from Knights of the Old Republic to Fallen Order.
Uh, Fallen Order is on the basic plan now.
It is not on the basic plan, but it
Okay.
is. It is in.
It part of the yeah. No, I hear
Yeah,
you. I wasn't sure.
and yeah, you get early access to upcoming releases from EA and a huge library from the developers. Titles like Madden, FIFA, Battlefield, and there's also a ton of indie games available to try out. Um, with both the basic and premium memberships, you get a discount up to 10% off Origin purchases.
Yeah, including DLC.
Yep. Um, so the reason I have it at the fourth place is with their vast vault. Um, I still didn't find like there was many games that I really wanted to play on there.
Yeah.
Like there was games here and there, but so I tried playing Knights of the Old Republic,
Uh huh.
and it didn't run that smooth.
Oh, really?
It was very choppy and like it it just I was very excited to play it because I wanted to play all of the Knights of the Old Republic from the start
Right.
all over again. But like I think I got to like the third mission and like I just couldn't take how it was playing, how it was running.
Really?
Yeah, so because of that reason, I ended up canceling my EA Origin or EA Play membership.
That's interesting. You were going month to month.
I was doing month to month. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. I have the basic plan and I bought it for a year because it's $30 if you buy it in a 12-month chunk. Which now that is a good price. That's how you get the $5 a month.
Yeah.
Um, and it is, yeah. I have only played a handful of games. Not even. I've only played like two or three games from that service. Uh, and yeah, it's decent, but uh, oh, The Sims 4 is on there. I actually put I spent one weekend and probably put like 20 hours into The Sims 4. That was
It was
a
I did
fun
the same
time.
I did the same thing, but like it got very boring very fast. At the same
Yeah.
time, I ended up
Yeah.
just being a crazy person and trapping my person in the house and then setting it on fire before I logged off. Um,
Nice.
um, but yeah. So third place one,
Your third place one.
my third place
Tell me
one
about it. Tell me
would
about it,
be
stud.
the Ubisoft Plus. And this was a tough one for me. It was like this was definitely between second and third for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I gave it third. Um, it's it's one of the best subscriptions for early access to games. Um, the price is $14.99 a month, American.
Merkin.
It also includes cloud saving, uh, a library that has over 4,000 hours of playtime,
Yeah.
and so the reasons I have to get this one is the games remain in your catalog and never remove. So even if you stop the subscription, you still save all of your progress and everything on there.
Right.
And so if you ever want to come back to the service, it's all right there. So you don't have to refine the games and re-add them to your library and all that.
Right. I mean, and now they are doing. They've started the initiative of cross save or syncing your
Mm-hmm.
saves,
Yep.
so you can actually fucking play it across multiple devices, which is pretty exciting too.
Um, and then you also get early access or access to a lot of the newer Ubisoft games when they first drop. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla was on there. You had the Division 2 was right on there. Watch Dogs 2, the day of launch, they were all right there on the pass, and you're able to play it just for having the subscription. So if you wanted to try the game out before you actually physically bought it, or you just wanted to relive your days of Blockbuster, you can get the Ubisoft subscription for the month, play the game, beat it, cancel your subscription, and go on with your life.
That is true. Yeah, every game that Ubisoft releases will be also released on Ubisoft Connect day and date with the launch day on consoles and PC, which is a very nice.
So, and the only real reason I have to avoid the subscription is it is one of the more expensive subscriptions.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, it's bang for your buck. And so what I have here is for PC gamers who have stayed ahead of the crowd, the Ubisoft Plus subscription service gives you an automatic invitation to early access and beta built games. You'll get to try out the latest releases and featured titles before anyone else for ultimate bragging rights.
Yeah, like I think it was early last year, or I think it might have been like December or November of 2019. I was playing that roller derby game that's coming out. It was supposed to come out. That was the game I was trying to think of last week. The other early release of this year that
Mm-hmm.
got pushed is that roller
The roller
derby
derby.
game. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I played a handful of hours in a beta, in a closed beta on Ubisoft in
Yep.
2019.
And then so you also get access to Ubisoft's extensive library in current and next gen titles like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six franchise, as well as the classic hits like Beyond Good and Evil, Prince of Persia franchise, and Rayman. Unlike other services, games are never removed from Ubisoft Plus catalog. You can access them whenever you like. If you buy a game, the cloud save uh, capabilities ensure that your game carry over from the service should you cancel or suspend your membership.
So like if you re-up, your save is still there.
Yes, it is.
True that.
So solely based on the expensiveness of it is why I gave it the third place spot.
Yeah,
Because
it's because in Canada, I think what is it, 19.99
$19.99 a month, so
plus
it's $20
tax? I
a
think it's
month,
22. With
22
tax, it's like
39 or something like
22. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
that. And then for the second place game subscription, I actually put Humble Choice. It was formerly
Really?
known as Humble Monthly. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So, it's one of the better game subscriptions with the best community. Um,
According to them.
According to them, yes. This is
Okay.
directly from their source.
Did you know
Um,
that my place is the best place to live? According to me. Anyway, go on.
to carry on, so
My,
the
my favorite
humble.
thing in the world is to bust your balls, by the way.
I definitely know that. So the Humble Choice Premium is a little bit expensive. For the Humble Choice Premium, it's about $225.99 a year.
Or
But
monthly.
or you can do it also monthly. And there's different levels of the package you can get, which is one of the things I really like. And you get to
Yeah.
choose from the packages that they release in the month. You get to choose which games you want to get, and you physically keep those games. Um, the Humble Bundle, it has a reward program as well, and so reasons to buy. It supports over 20,000 charities. You know, So, and then it has DRM free games that has sales every day. Um, and the reason to avoid it is also because it's fairly more expensive. But with Humble Choice, they have other things in it as well, which is why I put it in the second place, because it also has there's different packages. So you can also do, so there's the gaming one, but there's also different computer programs. There are different books, like ebooks, and then there's a bunch of other packages that you can get that change every month, and none of the packages stay the same.
Those aren't part of Humble Choice though. Those are Humble Bundles.
Yes, those are the Humble Bundles.
So those are completely different. If you want something that is, so I bought the PC Organize package last week, which gave me the Fences app, which is a great app for PC if you would like to keep your shit very clean. But yeah, that's a completely separate purchase than if
It
I were to, and I don't even know if I would have gotten a discount if I was a subscriber to the Humble Choice monthly thing
You would have got some reward points, I do believe,
for the purchase
for the purchase.
of of the PC thing.
Yes,
You
because
know,
you'd make your profile, and then from you're actually purchasing
oh,
something, so you would get some rewards from the program.
true.
And I know that the Humble Bundle isn't part of the Humble Choice, but it was one of the deciding factors of why I put it in the second place, because Humble has a very large um, presence where it's not just games. They have
Yeah,
their
right.
Humble Choice, they have their Humble Bundles, and then they also have their actual store, which they have discounted price on games and other stuff as well.
Which are all
Um,
DRM free as well.
yeah, so since its inception in 2019, Humble Bundle has raised over $165 million for charity. Humble has two types of subscription service: their monthly catered bundles and their monthly paid subscription that lets you choose up to 9 games to download. Um, so it will give you a list of games. You're not going to want every game there, so you get to choose 9 of those games that you would want to have. Um,
What did you say
the
the pricing was on that one?
the pricing, I don't have the month to month prices, but for the premium year, it's $225.99 for the year.
And they have a first uh for the first month it's in Canadian dollars 15.35 for the first month, and then it reverts to its regular 24.99.
So it is more expensive, um, but the curated bundles have themes like award-winning games, best Capcom. Um, if you choose one of them, you pay what you want and decide which of the over 20,000 charities you'd like to support as well. The Humble Choice subscription gives you access to the Humble Trove, uh, the archive of games that have been in previous bundles. This allows you to snatch up games you've missed. The Humble Choice Premium service also gives you a 20% off of purchase made in the Humble store. No matter which
Oh, so
service you
maybe,
use, you can snatch up hundreds of dollars worth of games on the cheap and give back to the community at the same time.
yeah. There's also a middle one. So that was the light for just the there's three tiers for the subscription. There's the light, which is just the Humble Trove, which is their vault, and that's 6.99 a month Canadian, which is probably more than likely $5 American. Then they have basic, which is you get to choose 3 games a month plus the Humble Trove, access to the Humble Trove, and that's 18.99 a month, so that's probably 15 American. And those both of those also give you 10% off the Humble Store purchases. And then there's the premium Humble Choice Premium, which is again $25 a month. You get 20% off the store, and basically everything else Jaws said. 9 games that you can choose from their vault, and I'm pretty sure there's only 12 to choose from anyway. But yeah, that's and with the charity thing, you choose. There's only like 2 to choose from a month, and you choose one or you choose one of the
One of the two
2 or
that they
3
have
that
up
they
there.
have. Yeah, yeah. Like
But
December, let's for example, December 2020, it says that they had a $317 value, Canadian dollar value, in the games that they had to offer, and the supporting charity was Global Giving. And in November, they had $400 Canadian value in the choices uh, they were offering, and that was supporting JDRF.
so the reason why I put this in my second spot, okay? One,
Yep.
it's a great, service. You get to donate to a charity. You don't have to feel bad for buying a video game. But um, the mass library is and all the things that are they have available is the reason why I put this in second place over Ubisoft.
Yeah, because
Which
Ubisoft, you need to be a constant subscriber to play the game,
yeah,
whereas Humble is actually really good to if there's a month where there's a couple of cool if there's 3 or 9 up to 9 cool games that you actually want to buy that you were actually thinking about buying anyway. If you subscribe for the month, you download them, you purchase them, those are your games,
and that's it.
and
You
you
keep
can
them.
play them outside of subscription, and then you can cancel the subscription at the end of that, which
Yep.
is probably that's one of the best.
Yep.
In
And
that
that's
regard right there, that's the best.
yep. And that is why I put it at number 2. And then finally,
What is
for
your
the number
number
one
one,
spot,
Paulie?
it is the Xbox Game Pass,
For
whatever you would
PC.
like to call it, for PC. So the price of Xbox Game Pass for PC, your first month, the first month that you decide to, hey, let's give this a try, $1. You pay $1 for your first month.
And sometimes they do 2 or 3 months for that dollar. I'm pretty sure
Yep,
when I signed up it was 2 months I got.
it was 3 months when we signed up because we signed up at the
Okay,
same around the same time. We
right.
got 3 months for $1,
That
and
was beautiful.
then I was hooked. I haven't unsubscribed. I've been subscribed for about a year now,
Yeah.
or just over a year. So after your first month, the price goes up, but there's 2 packages you can get. There's the basic plan, if you would, and then there's the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Um, so with the basic, you're just able to do stuff on your PC. You can still play games with others and all that. You don't need to get like an Xbox Live card with it. But the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you're able to have the Ultimate Edition on your computer, on your Xbox, and it also includes Xbox Live.
Yeah, so the
And
ultimate
and you also get EA Play Basic
with
with
ultimate.
the Ultimate.
And that's also available for PC and console.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
price is about it's $11.99 for the basic, and then it's $16.99 for the Ultimate
Canadian.
Canadian
So I think that's 10 and 15.
for American. Yeah.
Yeah.
So reasons I have to buy it: release day access to Xbox Game Studios exclusives. You also get 20% discount in the Microsoft Game Store. You also get 10% discount on game add-ons. The only reason why I have to avoid the subscription is there's a price spike after the first month because it goes from $1 to like $11.
If you don't care about, like, if you can finish a game in a month, which most games can probably be finished in a month.
If you
And
grew up
and
in the
and
decade
you
of going to Blockbuster and only having 3 days to beat a game. A month is easy peasy.
Exactly. But now that we're working folk with families and jobs, it's slightly harder than when we were
Slightly.
children.
But
But
now we have a
but
month.
what I was gonna say was you can sign up with multiple emails, and every month pay the dollar. You just have to have you just have to make a new account every time. It's a very annoying, but I'm sure people do it.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
sure people do that.
So, what I have here is the Xbox Game Pass subscription service isn't just for Xbox One X users. With this service, you get instant access to over 100 AAA titles and indie titles, with more being added every month. Each game has been optimized for playing on Windows 10 based PCs for enhanced visuals, sound, and gameplay. With the introductory of $4.99 a month and $9.99 a month, which was the original, was the original cost when they first came out, and then they brought the prices up.
Yeah, a couple months ago they doubled the price to 11.99 slash 9.99.
It is a fraction of the cost of new game titles on its own. Every month, Microsoft selects a few games that you can snag for free, allowing you to grab one you've been dying to play along with ones you may have never heard of, but would you like to try. You also get an instant access to Microsoft Game Studio titles on release day and up to 20% discount in the game store. You can buy up to 3 years of this service at a time. You won't have to worry about your subscription lapsing. If you end up buying an Xbox One X, you can upgrade your pass to include the Xbox Live service, so the Xbox Ultimate, for a little bit of an extra price. The other downfall that there is with the Xbox Game Pass, they are constantly switching in and out games. So there are games that they do remove off the streaming service. So one of my favorite games, Final Fantasy 15, leaves the Xbox Pass on February 1st. So that was a little heartbreaking because I was on my 4th playthrough. And I ended up deleting it to just rip the band-aid off. But yeah, like Xbox Game Pass, by far one of my favorite subscriptions. Constantly new games. You get all the brand new Xbox games when they come out, when they're Microsoft exclusives.
And even some non-Microsoft exclusives, like that
Yeah.
Desperados game is not a good example. But there's lots of other games that come to Game Pass day and date, and they're not Xbox games, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah. But Gears of War 5 on there. You have the Halo
Master Chief Collection,
Master Chief Collection is on there.
as well as Halo 5.
Yeah. Gears of War Tactics came out on there. One of my favorite all-time indie games. I've never heard of it. Downloaded it on there. Ended up getting you and our one other buddy to download the game too. Broforce.
Oh, Broforce.
I've never heard of it before.
Broforce.
It looked like an interesting game, so we downloaded it, and we fell in love with the game to the point where we completed the whole thing.
Yeah, and that never. Me completing a game to the end. That never happens, man. Like that never happens. So it was fun to play that. I think we played that entire game, or at least I played that entire game in co-op, which is
Yeah.
another thing that
Yeah.
never happens.
Absolutely. So we did the whole game. I don't think I ever played that game solo. It was strictly co-op.
With me and or Evan, right?
Yeah. And just like the characters that they have. So it's all like the big action named stars, like the Terminator and all that. But they rename them and they just give them quite some funny names. It's definitely a game I would say to check out if you have not.
Yeah, for example, we got Rambro, the Brominator, B.A. Brorakis. B.A. Brorakis. That one's a hard one to say. Brohard, Mac Brover, Braid, which is hilarious. Instead of Blade, it's Braid.
Yep.
Bro Dread, Bro in Black, Snake Broskin. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like
The,
they
and
like
the, and
it was a very
every time a new character comes on screen, you get like a fucking splash screen of their of their intro
yeah.
with with the voice saying their name in such a like an over the top action trailer type style. It is hilariously ridiculous.
I would be down for a Broforce too.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But so since we're talking about the fucking Xbox and
Xbox
all that
Pass.
shit, yeah, the Xbox Game Pass. I was looking up earlier this morning because of the whole outrage of the Xbox Live Gold pricing uh
Going up.
basically doubling.
Yeah.
Like it basically doubled, which is huge, right?
Time out
But
for a
then
second
I
though.
was trying to
But
think
so
like,
time out for a second. Mind
yeah,
you, they haven't changed the price of the Xbox Game Pass in over 10 years. They've added,
in the Xbox Live Gold.
yeah, Xbox Live Gold. They've added more servers. They've added so much more shit for these
Yeah.
people to play, and then people are getting upset because the base price is going up. But it's like they don't understand all the shit that goes on, so that you're able to play your game as smooth as you play it.
I think it was the jump. I think because they thought, so this is my reasoning just off the cuff right now. When they increased the price from the introductory price for the Game Pass for PC from $5 to $10 in the American dollars, uh, that doubled, right? Effectively
Mm-hmm.
doubled, but it was only $5 more for a month. Whereas with the Game Pass Ultimate, it went from like $40 for 6 months to $70 for 6 months or something fucking crazy like that. And like that is a huge jump.
Mm-hmm.
That is only to play games online, like effectively. Because I mean, yes, they do give you free games every month, but that's not the service you're paying for. The service you're paying for is the ability to play with your friends online.
So, what was the price jump for the 1 month?
It only went up by a couple bucks. It went from like 11.99 to 12.99.
Okay, so for an extra $4, if you were just to get the Xbox Ultimate Pass, you would have been able to get a bunch of games for free plus the Xbox Live. So
Right.
I
And
feel
and
like
that
that
yeah,
was their main purpose of also doing this jump is to
that is
force more so to force people to go use this
Game
service
Pass
of
Ultimate.
yeah.
Absolutely. That is exactly why they did it. I'm so surprised that they stepped back off that so fast. Like I was I was getting all this roundup as to why you should already have a Game Pass subscription specifically for PC, but even if it's
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate version of it too. And it is unbelievable the amount that you get from this service. So okay, for instance here, this is gonna be all Canadian dollars here because we are in Canada. So Game Pass for PC, $17 a month plus tax. It turns out to be about $20 a month. Let's just call it $20 a month. They recently added 7 games that are a total of $248 in value. Now they're leaving soon is another 7 games with a total of value of $200. Okay, so let's get that in there. Game Pass for PC alone has 233 available titles for $20 a month. Console is 357 games that are available to play, which again, that's a different subscription, but you get the idea. I took up I got all the dollars. So yeah, based solely on those 14 games that are both coming and going, that it gives you an average price of about $32 a game if you extrapolate that through the whole system. Now, I will say that they keep their prices high of these games, like Forza Horizon 4, which is a 2-year-old game now, is still full price on the Microsoft Store, in the Xbox Store for PC. And that's because it's on the service. And so if they didn't have that service, that game would not be full price anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So now if we just take off 25% of those dollars, which I feel like 25% is easily how much they're overcharging for these games. But that still brings the fucking average price of each game to 20 to $24 per game. For the 233 games you have access to, I think you can afford to pay $20 a month for that. And for that reason alone is why I'm going to be staying subscribed to them. Also, the best part about it is if I have Game Pass and you have Game Pass, I know what games you have, and we don't have to go through our fucking Steam libraries and be like, okay, well, I got this one and this one, and then you're like, well, fuck, I haven't bought that one yet, and I'm like, well, fuck, man, go and buy it. You're like, man, I don't get paid till next week, and I'm like, well, motherfucker, I don't want to go and buy this other game that you have because I don't get paid till next week too. Like,
Yeah.
so
It's
with
just
Game
it's
Pass, we both have those 233 games. So
and
we know that we can play like so many of these games together.
and theoretically and like mathematically speaking, with the price of Game Pass, if you play 1 month, like one game a month from the Xbox Game Pass, you already got your money's worth for it.
Yeah, agreed.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So like if you like, and so as long as you keep that cycle up, and even if you don't play a game that month and you just keep subscribing, there's going to be a game that you will find on there. There's new games that are they're constantly updating it.
absolutely. They just added Injustice 2 as well,
Yeah.
which I want to check out because I've heard the story of that's pretty cool. Even though I don't really like one-on-one fighters or whatever they're called.
Hey, we did pretty good with Power Rangers. Game was ridiculous.
That game sucks. But yeah, so like Injustice 2 for example, this is what I'm talking about again with the pricing. That they have that price at $70 for the base game. Canadian, obviously. That game's been out for a year and a half. That game is not full price. Like I bet you on Steam you can get it for
Like
30,
49.
40.
I'd
Like
probably
it's
say that around like 49.
so like I said, in Desperados 3 it says $50, which that game is a newer game. It did just release within the few couple months. But is it actually $50 on Steam? I doubt it. But that doesn't. And then Control is $40 on the Microsoft Store without the pass. And then so with the Final Fantasy, it's $47, right? And you can say like one you could buy it and you get 20% off. Like you could buy it for $35 or whatever right now, and then you'll always
Hmm.
have it on your PC. For example, if you wanted to do.
Hmm. And then the other thing too is if there's a game that's not on the Xbox uh, Pass, but it's in their store, you still get 20% off almost everything in the store,
Up to 20%.
up to 20% off. And then you also get 10% off of game add-ons.
DLC and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
And that
even then,
medium that's the example that I was trying to think of. Medium, the medium or whatever it's called, that
yep,
comes out next Wednesday,
yep, on the 28th,
the 28th. That is not an Xbox game,
it is
and that
not.
is coming day and date on the Game Pass for
Yep.
PC at least. I'm pretty sure it's on console too.
And the thing that was crazy about it is because I'm very excited about this game. You were able to download it starting last week. So the whole
Yeah.
game is already downloaded on my computer, ready to go. Yeah, there's gonna be the day one update, but if all I have to do is wait for the update, like I'm ready to go.
Speaking of which, when they released, or before they released, when Flight Simulator was coming, that thing uses its own launcher, okay? So you were able to preload the game, but, and I was like, this is an extremely small download. Like, we're talking like megabytes. And I was like, okay, well, I know this game is running mostly in the cloud, so maybe it only need like maybe there isn't a huge download it, and it's all in the cloud, and you don't necessarily need to download it. And that's why I'm able to preload this 100 megabyte fucking thing. Well, no, it turned out that
was
I could
just
preload
launching.
the launcher, and then the day that the game released, I had 110 gigs to download for the actual game, which was so fucked. What the point? What was the point? What was the point of preloading if it was only the launcher? Come
Yeah.
on, man. But that game is pretty cool too. Flight Sim.
Yeah, it has a lot of positive things about it, and the one thing that people have said that they really don't like about the game, which is a thing that people don't like about a lot of games, is the microtransactions.
Yeah, the fuck those microtransactions.
But like other than that, like it's a great simulator game.
They've also have like there's mods and shit too. I don't know if you can have actually mods on the Xbox version of it, of
I
Flight
don't.
Sim, but like you can fly Boba Fett's ship now
Yep. There was
as a
also
mob.
a mod for the Millennial Falcon. And
Yeah.
because you got me a little worried about the download size of all that, I went to go double check, and it is 24.47 gigs for the medium. So I'm good.
True. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good. So
So
that's the
with
full game.
all this being said, would you make any changes to how I have listed this, or
Uh,
how would you list the subscription service from best to worst?
okay. So for the games that I play, my favorite best to worst, specifically for the games that I play and not necessarily for the service that it provides, which is what we just went through with the Xbox. Ubisoft is number one because Ubisoft is my number one.
I agree.
Uh, like as a major publisher, they're my favorite. Xbox Game Pass is definitely number two for me because of everything we just went through. And then the other ones can really fucking die. I don't care.
But the biggest thing that we learned is the PlayStation or PS Now has changed their shit up dramatically, and now I have to go do some more research on how that is and how that's all gonna
Yeah,
work.
and
And
Broforce is on that too, by the way.
on PS Now,
On PS Now, yeah.
interesting. Um, do you have anything else to say?
Um, like, share, subscribe.
So, I think next week we'll give you an update on the PlayStation Now. As for this week, I think that's it. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button to know when we generate a new video. I'm your host, Paul, Jaws Legacy. We'll do that over again. We'll do that retake. Uh, so next week we'll give you an update on the PlayStation Now and give you a little bit more information of if you do need a PlayStation or if you don't need a PlayStation to use that service. That's it for this week. I was your host, Jaws Legacy.
And I'm Aromatherapy.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share. Don't forget to hit that bell button to know when we've generated our next video.
Peace.